That's Ben Kumar at 7 Investment Management.
Ian Dale at Drive on LBC.
It's 5:37. Now, there is a protest today of taxi drivers. Let's find out all about it from Steve McNamara. He's editor of Taxi Magazine and spokesperson for the LTDA. Steve, good evening.
Good evening, Ian. How are you?
I'm very well. Now, what's it all about and where's it happening and why?
Well, basically what happened this afternoon, the Shard is the big new building on London's landscape, the tallest building in Western Europe. When they announced they were building it, towards the end, obviously we met with TfL. One of the first criteria for a building that size is obviously a taxi rank outside the door. There's a big 5-star hotel in there. There's many restaurants, bars, clubs, thousands of people using it. And we first met with TfL over a year ago, deciding where the taxi rank went. We've met them many, many times since. And despite the fact that everybody agreed the taxi rank should go outside the door, and by everyone I mean the hotel management, the building management, the taxi trade, TfL put it 120 yards down the road. You couldn't even see the Shard from it, and that's how far away you are. We met with TfL again. We had another meeting there last week, and they've just made everything so hard. Now, normally this wouldn't be an issue, but at the moment we have so many problems with the management at TfL that they can't answer the telephones, they haven't got enough staff. The licensing system's all going wrong, and this was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Last Friday morning, they're saying to us, let's have another meeting down there, let's have a look. Well, I mean, I've had more walkabouts down there than Crocodile Dundee. It's absolutely ludicrous.
But they must have some justification for this. They presumably haven't done it out of sheer devilment.
Well, it depends on who you meet from TfL and what they say. TfL has got many heads. And depending upon which one you speak to, what the reason for it not being where it should be. I mean, this is not Oxford Street, this is not Regent Street or somewhere where there's lots of conflict. It's a block turning, it's a very wide block turning, it's not a bus route, there is nothing else down there. I mean, literally, you could put the cab rank anywhere you want.
So it's not just about the Shard, though, it's the fact that you feel that TfL's management are not doing their jobs properly.
Yeah, I mean, we TfL, the acronym that's been adopted in the taxi trade is totally failing London. They're certainly totally failing.
I could think of another one.
Well, yeah, we thought of that as well. They give ineptitude a bad name. This is not difficult stuff. We're not solving the Middle East and sort of peace crisis here. It's putting a taxi rank outside a big building. It's really not difficult, but they make everything such hard work. And in the end today, we've just said to them, look, enough is enough. The only thing they care about, the only thing they're interested in is their buses. That's their mantra. As long as the buses are running, they do not give a monkey's what happens to the rest of London. So this afternoon, a good few thousand taxi drivers turned up. We deliberately did not target the Shard because the Shard, the hotel management are on side. We targeted London Bridge train station, the bus depot there. And, it gridlocked London Bridge, it gridlocked Borough High Street, it gridlocked the City Tower Bridge and God knows where. And this is not something that taxi drivers do lightly. The guys who were there this afternoon are all self-employed. They've given up 2, 3, 4 hours of their working day, when they're not getting paid. That is how angry people are at TfL. And unfortunately, unless there's a massive change of heart, attitude, and possibly staff at TfL, you're going to see much more of this because we really are, at the end of our tether with them.
Well, I know a lot of taxi drivers listen to LBC from whenever I get in a taxi. In fact, I did discover one this morning that was listening to another radio station, can you believe, which I soon informed him of the error of his ways. Steve, thank you very much indeed for joining us. That's Steve McNamara.
London's taxi drivers today held a demonstration near the Shard in protest at TfL's decision not to place a taxi rank outside the building. Transport for London said it was working to find a position for the rank and that a demonstration was not necessary. The cab section of the Unite union says taxi services are not being given enough consideration as part of the capital's transport network.
For some reason, it's taken TfL a year to put it 120 yards down the road. When we've explained to them the obvious, that a taxi rank needs to be outside the door, all they want to do is more and more meetings. We've had more walkabouts down here than Crocodile Dundee.